G'day legends, welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name's Ryan Gilchrist and it's new bike day. Look at this thing. We got ourselves the brand new GT Force Pro LE. It's a gorgeous thing. I just finished up a little bike check video. So if you haven't already watched that, I think it's up there. I'll try to put it up there. It's a video where I basically just go over all the components and stuff on it, but it's my first time riding this. We're out here at Magura. I'm gonna give it a couple laps. You guys are gonna be strapped on board. I've got like a little chatterboxy POV. I'll give you my first impression so you can share new bike day with me. Let's get it. We're not messing around. We're going straight to the top and getting a run in. I actually built this bike myself. So the bike actually arrived, a few days ago, and took me a few days to build it because, to be completely honest, I am the biggest noob ever at building bikes. So it was actually quite the learning curve putting it together. So I'll chuck a little time lapse up of me putting it together. And the reason why I didn't do like a dream build video is because it would have just been so cringe. Like, you guys would have just been cringing at the mechanic work the whole time. Or maybe that's what you want. Maybe I'll make like a cringe mechanic video one day, but for now I'm just gonna leave it to the pros because they actually know what they're doing. Well, it conquered that, no dramas. That was easy. Gets the climbing tick of approval. Lovely. Woo. That's another thing. Comes stock with a 200mm dropper post. Like, that is gigantic. It's the biggest dropper post I've ever used. And it came stock. How sick. All right, so now I've caught my breath. In case you missed the last video where I tell you what's different between this bike and the old one, I'll just say it again. This one's carbon, so that's a big difference. The other one was alloy. This one's quite a bit lighter. It's also, you can see that, it's a higher pivot. So it's got 2 chain rings. So basically what that means is that the suspension is not negatively impacted by the tension that the chain has. So it's a thing called pedal kickback, and having a high pivot reduces that. So I'm gonna see if there's any notable differences straight up. We're gonna start on a flow track just because it's a little bit more forgiving. And I mean, no one wants to crash on their first day on their new bike. Fingers crossed, touch something wooden. So yeah, let's chuck the helmet on. Let's get into it. We're in gear. First run on the new bike. Oh, goggles. Forgot to put the goggles on. All right, let's get it. Okay. Wow. Up on the high line. Let's try that out. Woo. Well, I'm already noticing that it's bigger. It's like, it feels like a whole lot more stable. And also, my brakes haven't bedded in yet. So this is the run where I bed the brakes in. Woo! Oh man, it feels big and like strong. Like it just wants to charge. It's a massive bike. So let's get some jumps in. Yeah, we've still got some pretty glassy brake rotors on at the moment, and the pads need to be worn in, so letting them wear in. Okay, it flows nicely. Nice. Making all these jumps. Oh, I just clipped you guys on the chin there, sorry about that. Get into the next section. Sprints nicely. Nice and quick on the sprint. Let's get this up here. Well, I'm making all of the gaps no dramas, which is cool. Oh, you're able to stand it over in the corners real nice. Let's try this one. Beautiful. I can feel the head angle. I can really feel this bike is slacker. It just feels a lot different in the corners, and I think that's gonna be something for me to get used to over time, because I mean, it is my first run after all. Woo. Oh, corners nicely. Oh, I can really just tip it over. Man, I can't wait to get this thing into the rocks to see what that high pivot can do. A little bit more of a first impression. It feels like the front wheel is so far away from me. Now I'm gonna have to do a bit of research to work out what the head angle is, because I've got the same fork, like the exact same fork as the other bike. So I feel as though the head angle is the only thing that could actually change. I'm pretty sure that's kind of like what modern geometry enduro bikes are pushing towards anyway, so I wouldn't be surprised. And it feels really sort of supportive and stable. Another thing I'm noticing is the front end's higher. Like I love running the front end super low, like BMXy, so I can stand over it. And on my old bike, the orange one, I used to run it with 2 spaces under, and now this guy, I'm running it completely slammed, so no spaces underneath the stem, and it's a lot higher. So front end's higher, it's slacker, but this is all just sort of stuff trending towards the bike being bigger, because we have an extra 10 mil of travel out the back, so it's a bigger, more capable bike, especially for gravity stuff. Gonna drop down touch and cloth for the next one. I'm pretty sure this could be one of the best like practice grounds for this bike, because it's just like really fast and rocky and skippy and bouncy. So anything you got wrong with your setup, you'll find out here. Pleasantly surprised by how this thing climbs. I was expecting it to be a bit of a heavy thing to push up the hill, but it's actually super quick. So dropping into touching cloth, start things off with a jump there, through the puddle, up high, woo, down, inside, woo. Oh man, oh, this is sick. The bumps just aren't even there. Oh man, oh, the rear end is mind-blowing. Like, oh, I'm able to just push into holes with just zero consequences. Like I just float over it. Oh man, with the jump here. Yoo. Now, I think that might actually be a combination of really good frame linkage design and that high pivot, but also like the shock I got on, EXT coil shock, is a bit of a dream beast. So we might have found a match from heaven. Oh, far out. That was ridiculous. I'm starting to understand the high pivot hype, to be honest. I'm just frothing a little bit. There was a bit in there, I'll replay it, where I was just hammering down that straightaway. Like I said, my brakes are still bedding in, but it didn't matter. I was able to just hold so much speed, like almost as if like the small bump sensitivity has, I wouldn't say there's more small bump sensitivity. I'd say that the small bump sensitivity is more comfortable. Like those bumps, they're the same as before, but they just didn't bother me this time. Like I just kind of hacked into them, and I didn't feel myself getting bucked at all. Just kind of like through it. So yeah, let's go do some more rocks. I am so stoked that I have gears back. Like I bashed my derailleur like on the old bike into a rock, actually on that track, and there's a pretty profound shortage in parts, especially for the big name brands in Australia. So I basically went, I can wait. So I've been living without an easiest gear and pretty severe difficulty to drop big power in kind of gear 6, 7, 8, which is kind of where I spend most of my time on descents. So having gears that just go tink, 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 tink perfectly each time, incredible. You really take it for granted. It's a 29er, nothing's changed there, 29er front and back. A little bit of mud out, so the poor completely fresh rig's getting a little bit of mud on it, but let's just stop and look at it for a sec. Like, oh my goodness, it just looks like such a beast. Like internal cable routing, this coil shock. I've always loved these like massive swing arms, and this one's the biggest one I've seen so far. So I can see welds here, so it's an alloy rear triangle, carbon front triangle, and you can't go past the high pivot. Let's get our gears up. Roxanne, let's go. Up high. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. That's fun. All right, let's drop in, gap through on the tree roots. Oh yes, carrying so much speed. Hell yeah. Yeah, inside that tree root. Bit of a tight one there. We'll cook that up. Up high. Here we go. Ha, man, super forgiving. Yes. Oh, that's good. That is good. I'm gonna bomb straight up space elevator and have a bit of a play on the ruts. Yeah, I cooked up the rock garden big time. So here are our ruts. Go down, and they are like super tight. So I'm really interested to see if this bigger bike is able to like tuck itself up and make it through those ruts, same as the other one. Because check up a video now, they all like that kind of tightness where doing all kinds of bike yoga, like pretzeling your leg up into your shoulder, trying to make it around. Let's see if we can make it work. Just gonna do a little bolt check. You never know, just keep things safe. You ready? Oh no, this is gonna be horrible. Watch this. Oh. I might need to chuck a bit of Loctite on there. That's a bit of self-sabotage. Glad I figured that out. Gogs are up, we're clipped in. Let's get the dog. Oh, oh man. I need to give that another crack. There's still some kind of nuances in the bike I'm getting used to, like just subtle differences, subtle enough to make, you know, points where I'm pushing myself to the limit, just different enough that they get spicy. I don't know what happened. I think I might have just like extended myself out too far, had a bit of a free fall to a right angle catch. Attempt number 2 into ruts. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Oh yes, that's for the dream. Yeah, it's passed with flying colors. Oh, that's a bit of a flat corner test. Oh, there's something about the rear end on this thing, like it just like grabs on. It's such a strange feeling. Like it feels like it's just adding like a bit of autopilot to the system. Like I don't need to worry about brute forcing my bike and being ultra precise with the rear end. It almost just happens for me. We're starting to get the hang of this beast. It is taking me a second to get used to it, but I'm loving every second of it. I'm gonna throw a celebratory wheelie and give you a thumbs up. Oh no, someone knocked over the photo stump. Oh, isn't that a beautiful bike? All right, I'm gonna do a bit of audience engagement. Do you guys in the YouTube comment section have any questions about this bike? I'll answer them for you because I want to know what you think or what you want to know about the thing. Because I mean, until I got my hands on one, I knew nothing about it. All I saw was like Win Masters and Martin Mays just shredding these white prototype machines. Then all of a sudden they're on the market. So if you want to have your questions answered by someone who's on the bike, chuck them down in the comment section there. Another incredibly important thing, we got to give this bike a name. I've just been calling it like the big dog because it's bigger than the other one, but That's ultra generic. We can do better than that. If you got any names, as strange as possible, I don't really care. Drop them in the comments because I want to hear it. And if I like your name, we'll officially name it. Give you a little bit of an idea of how strange and wacky you're allowed to go. My old bike, the black and orange one, my brother and I don't know, we must have been bored or something, because we just started calling it Shrek. Like, there's no reason why that bike should be called Shrek. Like, it's not green, nothing about it alludes to Shrek, but we just started calling it Shrek. And then Zoe, my amazingly artistic girlfriend, she put her graphic design prowess to good use and created this absolute monstrosity. I love it. It's Shrek the GT bike. So yeah, we do this stuff for fun. Just go crazy on it. If you want to call this bike whatever you want and then draw a picture to correspond with it, go for it. I'm not going to stop you. All right, let's go. Gonna gog up and we're gonna dirty distance the dog. Let's go. Jump up there. I love this corner here. Oh man, that corner just got faster. What's going on? Oh man, giving it a little bit of a sprint test there. It's going nicely. High side off that jump, land very, very flat over the rocks. That corner's very tight. And this rock garden, it's, went quiet for a sec there, sorry about that. Yeah, that rock garden, it's easy to get like wheel-based, and what I mean by that is your tires sort of get, like your front wheel and your back wheel get into the same hole, and then it gets stuck. But we plowed through it. Dream time. Ew. That is a successful maiden voyage without any major mishaps. So I'm stoked. Let's wrap it up. Oh, that's 25 gram. Oh, it's fresh. What a win. Just picking up rubbish out here. Hell yeah. So that's a wrap on the first impressions, first ride of my brand new GT Force. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy these kind of videos, jump down in the comment section and let me know, or just do it the easy way and hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, I'm keen to do it. I love just strapping the camera on and going for a ride. It's super easy and I enjoy doing it. So massive props to GT for getting this rig sorted, and all the legends that put the beautiful parts on this bike and get it up and running. So thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Can't wait to get this thing into a race. Peace out, catch you later.